What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Rocco's Kitchen. Tonight, we are making a Roman-style pizza dough. Now, this dough needs to ferment for at least 24 hours and up to 72. So what we're going to do is make a couple different balls and ferment some for 24 hours and cook it, some for 48, and some for 72. And we're going to check the difference in the taste and texture between those doughs throughout the next 3 days. I'm guessing it's going to get a little better towards the end. We'll see. I don't really know. Salud. And now let's run through these ingredients. For this recipe, you're going to need 5 cups of bread flour. You want that to have a high gluten, high protein content. King Arthur is great for that. So we got a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 1 teaspoon of dry yeast, active dry yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2.5 teaspoons of fine salt, as well as 2 cups of water, right at around 55 degrees. We got our flour in the mixing bowl with our dough hook attachment on. We're going to add our water. Oil. Sugar. And yeast. Turn that down, and then we're just going to turn that on to low for about 4 minutes. You want that just everything to get nice and moist. Also, I have a rubber spat here, so if anything starts clinging to the sides, you can rub it down. So we're going to let that start to incorporate, and we'll get right back. It's been 4 minutes, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Now we're going to turn it up to medium, go 4 more minutes. It's been 4 more minutes, and you see how that's clinging right to the hook? That's what you want. So now we're going to drop back down, add the salt, and go for 3 more minutes. Alright, so after 3 minutes, your dough should be nice and smooth, elasticy. I'm just going to peel it off that hook. Get that bowl off. And look at that. We got some beautiful dough here. So now it's time to portion it out and ball it up. We got this beautiful dough. It's very smooth. We want 5 portions. They're going to be about 250 grams a piece, which you could just try to eyeball that. You can weigh it just to make sure. It's 253, that's close enough. So you want them to be about that size. Okay, so we got our 5 balls. These 2 are a little heavy. That one's a little light. So now you want to shape them. So to shape it, I'm just going to make a claw and roll it around, kind of pushing down with your palm, not too much. You're kind of just working the bottom into itself, making it balloon up until it gets nice and smooth, like that. So now to ferment it, we're going to take a Tupperware and a lid, close it up, and it's going in the fridge. We got our 5 dough balls ready to go. Gonna throw those bad boys into the fridge, and I will see you guys in 24 hours. 24 hours has passed, so we are ready to make our first pizza. Welcome back. Let's pop the lid off this bad boy and see what we got. Oh, looks very nice. Wet, elasticy. Stretch her out. I'm gonna start. Put a good amount of flour down. Pop it out. So gently, a little more flour in hands. I like to just kind of work that dough out. Stretch. You want to do that. You want to make sure your knuckles are out and you're just pulling out. This dough feels great just after 24 hours. I'm pretty stoked to see how it keeps going for the next 2 days. That's looking pretty good. We're going to get our pizza peel. So before I start topping this, let's go over our cooking procedure we're going to use for each one of these doughs. We're going to do it the same. I got a baking stone like 6 inches underneath the broiler. Heat the oven to 550 degrees or as high as your oven will go for about a half an hour. Then right when you start putting the toppings on, you're going to switch it to broil and cook it like that. I also throw a dash of water into a pan at the bottom of the oven. It helps the crust spring up. Makes an awesome pizza. Anything I use mozzarella on, which I'm going to use on this pizza, I'm going to cook till the crust starts to brown, then pull it out and then add the mozzarella, as the mozzarella may burn at those temperatures before the crust gets to where I want it to be. That being said, let's go. So I got my pizza peel. I'm going to take a little semolina flour. You can also use cornmeal for this. This nice dough. One last little stretch. Give her toss that. Put it right in there. This dough does feel really good. So I'm going to take this strained tomato, just plain tomato. Ladle that on. Not too much. Spread it out. Alright, that's good. So now we're going to go salt, pepper, a little bit more salt, and oregano. That sauce is going to cook right in the oven while the pizza's cooking. Now, I got my pecorino romano. Just grate some of this on there. You could use Parmigiano Reggiano as well. You could use whatever you want for the toppings. And I had a little extra sausage cooked off, so we're going to throw that on there too. Looks good. Let's move on over to the oven. Okay, so when your oven's at 550, you may need to crack it a little when you turn it on a broil to get that broiler going, but you can hear it's going right now. So we're going to go ahead and go in with our pizza. closing it. We're gonna go in. A little water in the bottom. That steam's gonna make it puff up real nice. Okay, we're getting some color. And dough. Just do that. Give it a little turn. Put on our mozzarella. Let her finish up. And she is done. Look at that. I'll set that on a resting rack and then we'll cut into her. Let's see what we got. This is our 24-hour fermentation. Looks nice. Got a nice bubble in there. Decent coloring on the bottom. I'd say that was a success. So I think our color looks great. Yeah, some nice air pockets in there. It's nice and light. All that's left is to taste it. It's nice. It's got a good chew. The crust is nice and light. So it's a damn fine pizza. So we'll be back in 24 more hours to make some more pizza. See you then. So guys, this is after 48 hours. We didn't get as much poof in the crust as the first time, but still got a good structure. Did one pizza the same as we did yesterday. And I did one with the ricotta base, tomatoes, and some fresh basil. So the only thing is to test it. All right, let's see how this one came out. It's nice. It's softer. And definitely softer. Got more gluten structure in there, you can tell. It's really good. Let's see how the next one comes out tomorrow. Welcome back, everybody, to this grueling experiment where I've had to eat pizza every day. It's been terrible. Also, please excuse the fact that I had to switch out my apron for a baby. But mommy's at the gym, so the show must go on. Anyways, I wanted to show you this last dough when we take it out, see how it stretches out and everything, and also what we put on that ricotta pizza from the second day, day 2. So, let's get into it. Okay, so we'll start with a good bit of flour on the table. And check that out. Looks very moist. Feels pretty elasticy. I'm gonna try to pop that out as softly as possible. Looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and put some more flour on top. Press out those edges. It is pretty elastic. Oh, also, I don't think I said it in the last one, but you want to take your dough out of the fridge about an hour, hour and a half before you're going to start stretching it. Let it come up to room temperature. So it's easier to stretch. This still feels a little chilled. Probably could have waited a little bit longer. Yeah. Lots of flour. Just work that out. Don't think I've ever stretched out a pizza dough while wearing a baby. So hopefully we can do this without getting too much flour on her. She did get a bath right before Mom left, so I'm not trying to get yelled at later. But, you know, little flour is just the price you pay. That's looking good. Okay, so just a little bit more. Okay, that looks nice and stretched. Just gonna brush away this flour. Grab our pizza peel. Dust that with a little semolina flour. You can also use cornmeal. It's just going to help it slide off real nice. Alright. So we got that stretched out. We're going to take our ricotta. That's a whole milk ricotta. And just spread it along the bottom, real thin. You don't want that thick. Good. It's going to make a really nice base. It's a super simple pizza. And it tastes great. Alright, that's good right there. Next, we're going to take our pecorino romano. Shave that over it. We got a little salt here. Now we're going to take some slices of tomato. Some fresh basil leaves. Just rip those up. And a little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. We'll put a little fresh ground black pepper on there too. All right. So we're going to pop that in the oven, bake it just like all the other pizzas. Okay, so this may be the most beautiful pizza I've ever made. But it comes down to the taste. So let's check it out. Let's see what we got here. This looks awesome. So not real big bubbles in there. It's a tighter dough, but Feels very light. Dough is super light. Crust is super light. Still has chew to it. And look at that dough structure. There is... I got squished a little when I cut it. But that is awesome. I would definitely say 72 hours. If you can wait. Alright. So, conclusion, 72 hours, definitely the best. All of them were good. I think day 2, I didn't get as much poof because I didn't let it come to room temperature as long as I should have. But it seems to get softer. Definitely gets softer over the 3 days. She's getting fussy. I will see you next time. Oh, we're going to skip the cheers. Thanks for watching. Can you say bye? Oh.